Good evening. Welcome to the regular called meeting for AGUA Special Utility District, November 3rd, 2025. It is 6:02 p.m. Let me have a call to order, roll call. Roel de Hoyos.
Present.
Gerardo Perez. Here. Ricardo Perez. Absent. Ana Maria Perez.
Present.
Dr. Adela Villarreal. Is she gonna connect?
She was going to connect online. Probably
Okay.
she'll connect shortly.
And Alex Moreno. Implication.
Heavenly Father, as we gather today to conduct matters of business for AGUA, may you give us your guidance, wisdom, and knowledge to make the best decisions for ratepayers and employees. Lord, let this meeting be productive and let your peace surround us today. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any public comments?
Mr. President, members of the board, we do not have any public comments. Nobody signed in. I don't know if there's somebody present that would like to. You're with.
No, I'm here to. A ver si me pueden ayudar con el cuadro.
Okay. Do you have anything to say under public comments?
Sí.
Okay.
¿Puedo hablar en español?
Sí, puede pasar.
¿O te tengo que hablar?
Aquí.
Mi nombre es Cosme Gómez.
Sí.
Aquí para que lo oigamos.
Mi nombre es Cosme Gómez y tengo un bill de una cuenta con ustedes de $10,000 más o menos. No es porque que yo quisiera, pero hace 3 años y medio, pasó un accidente que se quemó toda mi casa, ¿verdad? Ya de cuenta que vino un bill como de $4,000, $5,000 en ese entonces. Y estaba otra persona, no me acuerdo su nombre, y fueron a ayudarme y me dijeron que no me preocupara por el bill del agua mientras, porque cruzaban pipes por abajo de la casa. Entonces batallé 1 año, 2 años, pero como quiera seguía dando pagos yo de $300, $400 por mes que venía. Entonces hubo más leaks con el tiempo, porque yo tengo animales y no tengo irrigation ni nada ahí. Entonces los animales reventaban una pipa y pues arreglaba y tomaba fotos. Entonces con el tiempo, pues ya pasaron 2 años, vamos a decir, y yo siempre he estado dando un pago. Si me caen $500, $800 de agua, que se me hacía mucho, como quiera vengo y doy 300 con lo que puedo, ¿verdad? Y ahorita estoy pasando por una situación que desafortunadamente me tuvieron que operar y pues ha estado bien despacio el trabajo. Entonces quería pedir una disculpa y otra que si me podían ayudar, ¿verdad? Que miraran mi cuenta y en qué me podían ayudar, ¿verdad? Es todo lo que tengo que decir.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Okay, just an update, it's 6:06 and Mr. Ricardo Perez has arrived. All right, item number 2, minutes. Any approval of minutes for the September 15th, 2025 special board meeting?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Doyles,
I'll second.
a second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 3, general manager report, A, September financials.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, members of the board, here with us we have Mr. Jaime Reina, Finance Director, that will summarize the September financials and the third quarter investment report.
Yes, Board, these financial statements were prepared as of September 30th, 2025. If you could please turn your attention to the statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in the position. Here you'll see that September is 75% of the year. Our total operating revenues were 74% at this time, and our total operating expenses were at 79% as well. Any questions?
Any questions?
The budget, 4 items over 100%, and we're about
Wow.
3 more months left, huh?
Mhm.
Some of them are prepaid,
Some more
some of
prepaid
them are
expenses.
prepaid expenses such as insurance and audit fees. And some of them that there was some repair and maintenance that came up.
What is the administrative expense? What is that?
Administrative expense.
It's a
Which
line
item are you looking at, Mr. Perez?
Excuse me?
Which item?
On the administrative expense, it's a 95%.
Administrative expenses has things like telephones, internet, software support, public awareness and advertising, office maintenance, website maintenance. It's a combination of items, postage as well.
But it would have been at 95 budgeted? Like we've gone over on some other ones?
We're currently at 95% of our total budget, yes.
Yeah, but we're at 79.
We're at, yeah, it's 79% overall. The total
Okay.
operating expenses is just that one line item that is at 95%, but overall it's 79%. If you were to add up all the operating expense budget.
So it's in line with what it should be.
Right.
Some of them are
Slightly ahead.
prepaid items.
Well, certain items went over the budget, about 5
Right.
items. It looks like some of them are gonna be 7 items. One is a 97,
Because of the average,
92.
it comes out to the 79%, that's
Yeah,
why, but it's
Right.
kind of off.
What's the miscellaneous expenses?
It's board members' expense, board meeting expenses, some other miscellaneous expenses at 13,000 as well. It's just small items that don't quite fit the bill for other line items.
Yeah, and we're just trying to save a little bit of money, you know. We
Mhm.
got insurance guy out there and it's not gonna be nice.
Right.
And he's a and we're 92 on the insurance, right?
Yes, but that
That's
should
the
be,
three.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, moving on. B, third quarter investment report.
yes, sir. The investment activity report is as of September 30th, 2025. On the second page on the bottom, you'll see that our third quarter investment period earnings were 169,000, and our year-to-date interest earned is at 487,000 across all bank accounts for the year.
And that rate, that yield, is until when?
What was that?
Until when is that yield we're gonna be getting?
the
Before-
CDs?
Yeah.
Until January 2026, they're gonna mature, and then we can go out and get some new CDs at that time.
Okay. Does it show the maturity date here? No.
I don't think we do show it,
Okay.
but it's for 12 months.
It's gonna be a lot lower than that, right, next one?
It
Probably.
might drop, yeah.
Yeah. But that's good interest.
Right.
All right. Moving on. C, drought contingency plan.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. Attached, I have, again, as we do every board meeting, the Amistad Reservoir and the Falcon Reservoir. So on the Amistad Reservoir, right now we're at 36% full. It hasn't changed much during this past weeks. However, just
From a year ago.
just to notice, as of a year ago was at 26%, so it has gone up about 9.2% from last year. As far as the Falcon Reservoir levels, right now we're at currently we're at 15.4%. A year ago we were at 13.3%, so it has increased about 2.1% from last year's levels. So bringing the average to 25.7%. So what does that do? Where does that put us? Just to go over again, just to summarize the stage drought contingency plan. So right now we're at stage 3, which basically the combined storage of the U.S. ownership at Amistad and Falcon Reservoir is equal to or less than 30% storage capacity. So as of now, we're continue to be on stage 3, and of course, stage 4 is the combined ownership at Amistad and Falcon Reservoir is equal to or less than 18% storage capacity. So we're in between 18 and
Yeah. And right now, where are we at?
25,
Oh, so
25%, yes, sir.
good.
So 18% will be the next stage that will drop us, down to other limitations.
At that time, we put a hole in area
some of the items
The
will be on a
subdivision.
case-by-case basis as we did,
Yeah.
this past year. So just to put things into perspective, why we always bring the reservoir levels, because they are an important factor on the drought contingency plan.
Sure. Yes, sir.
And that's what I have as far as drought contingency plan.
Okay. Moving on to D, North Water Treatment Plant update.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. As far as the North Water Treatment update, we did receive, the bond, was closed, last week. It's now closed, and now with the Depository Trust, Company, which is the Bank of Texas. We're looking at $6,060,000. Now, that we have the escrow amount with the Texas Water Development Board Bank, we can begin working on the project, on the design, acquisition, the planning, acquisition, and design. We're gonna be scheduling, meetings with the Water Development Board and our engineer, as far as to build up a capital layout, to the, Texas Water Development Board. We're also looking forward, the actual construction dollars of $31,250,000, and that's part of the, approval that the Water Development Board had. Once we receive that notice, then we'll go to a board meeting again to, to represent AGUA and accept, those hopefully construction dollars here in the next few months. So those are the projects that we have. It's a good day. They actually are congratulating the team, the board directors, everybody from the Water Development Board through our staff, and of course all of our financial advisors, bond counsel. It was a long, but it was done. So we can now start on that, planning, acquisition, and design.
When is that gonna be happening? I mean, I know it's for 3 million or 5 million MGD. What do we?
Right now we're at 5 MGD.
Right, but if we need 2 million, when we reduce our.
Based on if we need to reduce it to 3 million, based on the budget, yes, it can be possible.
For example, if we find,
A loan or a grant through USDA, that might help.
The area where we're gonna build the plant, we can save some money on the reservoir or something. That would be.
I see what you're saying. As far as the reservoir, using some of our lakes as reservoirs, that can save some of the funding, yes.
Yeah, because just the reservoir alone would be what, $4 or $5 million?
Just the reservoir by itself, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it won't be subject to those, what is it, 5 acres? How big is this reservoir here?
The reservoir here, it's, I believe it's close to, between 10 and 15 acres, I believe so, yes.
How often do you go through those, water when it's full? How often you need to replace?
No, that's basically, it's weekly. We replenish the water weekly, yes, it's weekly, yeah.
If we don't receive water weekly,
they can withstand, approximately, 10 days, 7 to 10 days without being replenished, the reservoir.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big issue, it seems.
So sometimes during the year, as we had this year, we had the irrigation district doing some, maintenance and repairs, so they have to shut down, the water intake into our reservoirs. So usually they take less than a week to do so, but of course they'll give us enough, advance notice for us to replenish, full, our levels, so that we can have, raw water, for treatment.
When are we, as a board, when are we gonna be seeing all the areas and I don't know if the engineer's here, he can tell us, when are we gonna be meeting with the board to find a suitable?
We're gonna start with the planning. We haven't had the kickoff start, meeting for the planning, acquisition, and design, but that's something that we're gonna schedule here soon.
Not be wasting too much money before we find a good location,
A good location. But it's good news for AGUA.
Sure.
We haven't received this news since probably you were a board member, I don't know how many years ago, but it's, something that we've been looking forward, 4 years ago.
Sure.
Since I started.
I remember.
Yes.
Congratulations to everybody. Good news.
Okay, moving on. E, District Operations Update.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. As far as the district operations update, we finally have closure with the NatBank project. If you may recall, the $6 million grant project that we had, and of course we started with phase one. That was a $3 million project. There were a total of about 1,847 connections that were done on that project. Completed connections, we had 1,597, and not connected, as you may recall, because of the project that we have on the sewer situation along Veterans, there's 250 that remain unconnected, not having service for that project. That was phase one of the project. We moved on to phase two. The phase two of the project, of the Palmview Yarland project, was $2,501,482. Those connections, we had a total connections connected, of course, 89 on that area south of Business 83 along Green Road, and of course, approximately the district or through NatBank spent approximately $475,000, and that was just on engineering, soft costs, and geotechnical. So the project has been completed. The project has been accepted through NatBank. So finally, we have closure of that project.
So we won't be getting any more updates.
On that one, no. Actually, it was
It's
removed
closed.
from Mr. Chris Hinojosa's updates, engineer's report. So that's final closure of that project. And that's what I have for district operations update, Mr. President.
All right, thank you, Mr. Salinas. Okay, moving on to item 4, District Engineer's Report. A, SH 495 Veterans Boulevard Utility Relocation and Adjustments Project.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. Here with us, we have Mr. Christopher Hinojosa with Sames Engineer representing the district engineer.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board. For the SH 495 Veterans Utility Relocation and Adjustments Project, we've just kind of continued to progress through the feedback we've been getting with TxDOT back and forth. We got actually more feedback, I think, last week about some of the changes they want us to implement regarding some of the bid codes that I mentioned here in my report. We're progressing through that, and we began coordinating a little bit with Robert and Albert about potentially doing some of the work on that project on our Westside's own end to save that cost on the actual project. So we've been looking into that, which is removing the lift station that's abandoned there by the HEB. That everything is good to go, but we're coordinating that approval, seeing what's actually going to be needed, and seeing, of course, feasibility as far as our Westside's end. Of course, through all that, we just continue addressing comments, and I believe we'll be submitting to TxDOT this coming month in conjunction with LNG, so we can start getting, again, more feedback, anything that may come from TxDOT. That's pretty much it.
So they removed the lift station behind HEB, is that the one that's there, or is that
There's two there.
Okay.
There's one that's active and being used, and there's one that was the previous one that's gonna get relocated with the Veterans Project.
Okay.
However,
That's the one that was rerouted for mud, to Hidalgo County mud to serve or to treat the sanitary sewer. We will need to remove that because it will be on conflict with the storm line that the TxDOT will be placing. Not the new one, but the old lift station by the pond.
Yeah, okay.
By the pond.
it was just too close to the street.
And we're gonna be using that one where?
No, we're gonna reuse it. We're
It's
gonna.
gonna be obsolete already,
We're gonna remove.
It's already
We
abandoned.
can.
It's not gonna be no good?
Yeah, it's not active anymore.
That motor
Or it's
or
gonna be
anything?
now.
Oh, yes, no,
Everything's
those
already-
parts we're gonna take, right, the parts that we can use, but everything else, as far as the wet well,
Sure,
we have to
yeah.
cut and fill.
And fill it up
fill
with
it up.
concrete or
Yeah,
whatever?
they had the storm line running right
Yeah.
through it, so.
Already?
Yeah,
Who designed it?
that one was LNG's, but ultimately,
That
I think
was,
it's-
if I'm not mistaken, was through the HEB and maybe the La Jolla School District that run a line,
They didn't realize that we were there, they didn't get the plans before?
Oh, no, probably not.
for Ellen, for the storm line?
Yeah.
They probably did, but it's just a matter of, they have to work within, of course, just speaking, I don't know the facts, but,
We didn't have an easement there already?
No.
No? When they put the sewer, they didn't purchase an easement,
It
no?
wasn't right away. The other lift station, it's now it's protected, but not this lift station.
We have an
That was-
easement on that one,
was done
100%.
back, yes, that was done back, I don't know, probably I'm gonna say 1998, cause I saw the plans from the school
Yeah.
district.
That's a problem when we built it, that's what happened in Veterans,
Yeah.
we didn't do an easement and now we have to pay for it. actually, it's gonna go in the right of way still.
Yeah, and that's what I wanna focus, but this is on another project that I already talked to Sam on the CIP. Start acquiring the necessary easements that we need on the CIP project, because that's very important. You know, we don't wanna delay the project once you start the design phases.
But it's more costly to.
Yes. So we'll start working on that this coming up year.
Any more questions on this one?
So this is a utility relocation. What about the rest of the 495
Yeah, what
project?
happened,
towards the sewer?
Sorry?
electrical,
Yeah, the electrical AP.
nothing?
They haven't, no. I think they're still negotiating with AP. I haven't heard, I don't know if you
I
went to
haven't heard
one of the meetings.
I haven't heard
They
any
started
feedback.
moving poles already. The pole just started moving. The AVP?
AP.
Yeah, they started moving it.
Okay.
I think Mr. Pérez was referring to the Champion Estates, one of them, are we gonna have money to put sewer in those subdivisions?
Sorry, so that was your question about Champion?
Well, I think so, he was asking about the sewer.
So Champion, that one's ultimately, it's the first subdivision there by Mahoma.
Okay, so on that subdivision, the services are ready, and the stub-outs are ready.
Yeah.
It'll be up to the homeowner to abandon the septic tank and connect to the sewer, which is ready.
And
They
this one,
commissioned the septic,
They commissioned the septic
that's
tank.
gonna be on their cost.
Yes, and actually, we had two illegal connections that we had to take care of because some of the property owners are already connected to the.
How much money would that be in each house?
Oh, so on that, probably depending on the length of the yard line, we're looking probably between, I'm gonna say $3,000 to $7,000,
Yeah.
Chris, to abandon the septic tank and to.
Per house?
Per house.
Really?
that's,
I'm gonna say probably between 3,000 and
because that's what it
7,000.
was for the yard line
Yeah.
project.
Are we gonna be able to
Sure.
enforce that, or, what's gonna happen there?
Well, I mean, we can seek for funding on that, and the reason, I mean, of course, we all know the reason why they were not connected.
Yeah.
But we can seek for funding through NatBank again. If you
That
have
money
another
was
round of-
was rerouted where? Because we had the money for those houses.
That 1.8 million, no?
That money was routed to the phase 2 of the project, which is, Business 83 on Goodwin.
So we were short.
It was the same, amounts of monies that we had. We only had 6 million.
And over there where Miss Perez lives, that road, what's it called?
The roller coaster?
The Bright Fogel.
Right, Fogo? And there's another road going east, west, and they were saying that they were connected and sewer was being charged.
On the other side
whenever
of
there
the-
was, all of that.
On the other
They
side?
were being charged sewer whenever they were not connected, so that's what they told me, but
I will need to.
that's gonna be available when all this is done, those gonna be.
It'll be available. The only thing will be that the homeowner will have to.
Those houses are pending?
Yeah,
Also.
those houses, some of them were left only the stub, but some of just, the actual. up
See,
to
we
the
can
field.
have a count of how many houses that are ready to be connected, but that are not.
That are not. For sure, the 250 and then plus the other ones on.
It's a lot of connections that we
That
we
are
can connect,
ready.
and we're gonna be able to collect sewer because those connections are not connected.
Some of the funding was used to have that service ready. But after that, the homeowner will have to
We're
connect.
talking about at least 50 homes or something close like that. Or 30
Just to
homes.
decommission the septic tank, it's expensive.
6,000, 7,000 you said?
I'm assuming, including the yard line, including the connection all the way to the,
Yeah.
to the.
We're gonna have a hard problem then paying that.
But, something that we can look through NatBank again to see if there's a second round of funds that we can.
Just
connect.
yard lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Can we
that,
get to it?
those homes were included on the whole
Yes.
project.
Yes. But since, I know that, we had, deadlines in order for us to use the funding, so we wanted to use it before it was, changed or moved to a different project somewhere else in the state.
So how many houses benefit from, with that move? Did somebody, other houses got connected that were not in?
Both, including the 89 that we connected south of Business 83.
Those were not included on the original, so they were connected with that money?
They were included on the original, however, based on the bid, those were removed. Plus a phase 2, we did
had money
alternates.
left over and did those houses.
We did alternate, and some of the homes, we couldn't run a main line through, for example, through the El Barquito area. We couldn't do that project. It was an alternate, we didn't have the sufficient funding, through through the grant opportunity. So,
Yeah, so Palmview Boulevard, what's Palmview Boulevard, I think is the street.
main,
Yeah, Palmview, that's gonna be, it's already to connect there whenever everything is connected there.
that plaza, it's already
It's already
connected,
connected.
to the frontage, sewer line, and they installed, package lift station on Minnesota and, frontage, westbound frontage. So the sewer, it's being rerouted to mud for
Right.
treatment for now. After that, we can decommission the package lift station, and then the sewer will run north along Minnesota to Veterans and then towards La Homa. So it's gonna make a turn, per se, going back to La Homa.
We're gonna get a lot more income because there's houses that are there, sewers there is not connected, so.
Yes. All that area, yes. And we're trying to, talking with Sam's, trying to leave, stubs ready.
Sure.
Main stubs ready
Main stubs
for
ready
subdivisions. That's
yeah.
one of the
Whenever
main
the-
goals.
When are we gonna have that, so the, like, Miss Perez and Jerry, they're from here, from Palmview?
As far as where we're gonna have them,
Yes.
I mean, they're pretty much on that map behind you, actually.
Okay, we
It's
were
been
trying to look
unchanged.
for it, but we couldn't find it.
But we added a couple, I believe, since we had that.
If
meeting.
anything, let me get updated maps for you.
Yes, so
I
they
think
Yeah,
that'd be best.
We can get
Especially,
updated maps and maybe on the next, meeting, we can go over the stub, that's where they're gonna be at. Cause I know after the workshop we had with the City of Palmview, we added more,
Yes.
stub ups to the main, properties, because we don't wanna go back and cut the
Yeah.
roadway
Mhm.
and
No.
we don't wanna be, you know,
Roller
part of that
coaster
anymore.
is like Miss Perez.
yes.
Like,
We don't want for
You all
anybody,
have
developer,
driven it,
whoever,
haven't you?
go and cut the roadway to have service. We wanna leave it out, at least with the captures, and then the
Yeah.
developer will.
I think for the most part, we're trying to do the manholes as well, because even with the captures, we don't have to trench pretty deep, so we're trying to leave it as a manhole, where it's more workable for future developers, but we're
Well, we
playing
tried
with that
doing
option.
that, but TechDOT said it was not,
We can, we can just work up to the
Yeah.
right-of-way lane.
Yeah.
That's,
No, yeah, but we'll play with it, and once I update that exhibit.
so you
know,
can show
I'll
it
have
to
more
the
detail.
board, so we can,
Of course.
And
Now we're
Texas
gonna
was-
update the ones in the back.
we still have a May, right? That's the latest I have, May 2026, lady?
No, the latest
changed?
was 27.
27.
They still have
27,
27.
well,
But that was
whether
with
we hear it or
the,
not,
that was with the whole thing with the AP, the uncertainty with that. So the official letting day was May 27.
we're gonna be long, long.
So the AP issue is still out, up and, I mean, it's still.
So until it gets resolved, they're not gonna change their letting date. The optimistic, if all goes well, was for a year earlier. But of course, it's all, they have to go with worst case, that's what they're gonna advertise. So that was for May 27. The last I heard, I haven't got anything new. The last I heard was just that it's gonna be, I think they were gonna go into the hearing.
Condemnation?
It was gonna, they already initiated the condemnation. They're gonna have the hearing, I believe, either this month or next. But they're aiming, they just haven't finalized that date yet.
It's
But that was earlier
We're in
at the
70.
start of October, the last time I had with them. I think I'll be meeting with them, I think it's this week or next week, when we have our next meeting.
And the combination will be here in the court, I'm assuming. The combination will be here in the courthouse in the Hidalgo County?
Yeah,
or-
it'll be through the county, yeah. But I haven't heard anything else since. Actually, do you have another question, sir?
No, that's fine.
No? Okay.
Thank you. Good job. Keep it up.
Any other questions on this?
No, sir, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to, B, short-term water plan, and CIP update.
So for the short-term water plan CIP update, this one, no notable updates. We just shared our latest draft with Mr. Snowden. So from there, ultimately, we're just gonna end up having some meetings and establishing the plan of action. I think it's mostly Snowden working on his end at this point. So once we get that correspondence going is when this will get some movement.
He had given us a, like a proposed time, what was it, 75 days, or what did he say? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's working in conjunction with this. So that's why it's for the moment he received our document, I think he's working on his end, right?
He's working on that. Hopefully we can have, an update, at the budget workshop. That's the goal. To see, we're gonna go ahead and move forward in January or February of next year as far as the rate change and having a five-year plan. That's the goal.
Okay,
It's pretty much it.
moving on, C, alternate capacity requirement, ACR.
So for the ACR, we're in the same boat, no notable movements. Same thing, it's just a matter of the data. It's 3 years of data that I'm sure is not difficult to get a hold of quickly. So at this point, just waiting on the data. Once I get it, that's when we're going to be ready to submit it. Once I receive the data, it'll probably take me maybe a week to submit it. And that's when we'll be able to get a new updated number.
How long does it take to get, to
The
be
actual approval
approved?
process, I'll need a check on that. I don't know if, Robert, you know in the past how it went?
On the approval process for the ACR, it was way back in I believe it was 2009 or 2000.
Do you know how long it usually takes?
The time that it takes, probably it's within 6 weeks for review, 6 weeks to 8 weeks, more or less.
Do they make sure there's enough capacity, but based on our 13 million, based on our population, do you think it's gonna be approved?
It seems favorable.
Yeah, because the average that we are using right now, for
It's
example,
only
this
8
month
million,
was around 5 and a half this past month, and we have a capacity of 13 and a half. So I think there's enough room for the ACR to be changed. We don't wanna change it drastically, we just wanna change
So
it.
how
enough.
much is gonna be for families per day, 700, 600 gallons, how much is gonna be?
Right now, we're looking at .45, between .42 and .45. That'll get us to about 608 gallons
Per family, per day?
per LU,
Per house,
yes.
yeah, per
LU,
house,
yes,
yeah.
living equivalent unit. More or less, that's the goal.
Any other questions?
All right, D, Geographic Information System, GIS, Service Phase 2.
So for the GIS Phase 2, as mentioned last meeting, we have completed it. Now we're just going through the cleanup process, going back and forth with AGUA, Robert, Pam, staff, just kind of addressing, making sure everything is presentable. From there, that's when we generate the Google Earth file, just for it to be accessible to everyone. And that's pretty much our next steps for this project. Any questions? And that should be it for me.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. Item number 5, discussion of possible action on updating the employee contribution percentages for the Texas County and District Retired System, TCDRS.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. We have with us online, we have Ms. Erika Aguirre, and again, she's with Texas County and District Retirement System. And she's gonna go again through our current plan that we have on the retirement system and the proposed plans that we can go to. And as you may recall, last year we went through the same scenario. I know Ms. Erica gave us a summary of what we have and what we can do. So this is just a proposal that we have again to the board. And basically what we're looking is to changing from the current plan, which is 5% to 6% as we inform the board through our budget meeting this past year. Ms. Erica, thank you for being with us.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. Mr. President and members of the board, thank you for your invitation today. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. I will be sharing my screen with you so that we can, let's see, share content. Here we go. Oh, that's interesting. And browse my computer, perhaps. Let's see. It doesn't want to seem to let me share my screen. I'm not sure why. Let's see. For some reason, it doesn't let me share it. I don't know if they are able to pull up the documents that I was able to email Nancy, if that's possible.
We do have on our packet the plan,
do you?
customizer
Okay.
summary for year
Yes.
2026.
Wonderful, and what I'll do is I'll just name the title of each page and we can go through that together so I can clarify and explain everything. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Nancy, for printing that in their packets. As mentioned, my name is Erica Aguirre Vasquez. I'm very happy to represent the Texas County and District Retirement System. We are even happier that since 2010, AGUA Special Utility District has talk
who?
about that.
They were recommended by who? By us?
Yes, through the last year's budget meeting.
Yeah, because it wasn't 4, we moved it
Yeah,
up to 5.
yes, at that time, we were gonna increase it from 4 to 6 directly, but we opted to do 5 and then 1 year at a time. That was part of the budget meeting that we
Well,
had.
we can do this every year, right? It doesn't have to be today.
Yeah, we can do that every year, or we can move from 5 to 7 as well, today.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that is a great clarification. There is no decision that's due at this time. You can decide in any given year, if after today's presentation and after deliberation from the board for later this year, you choose not to make a choice, that's no problem. Your board has the ability to increase the employee deposit rate in any given year. So you can do it now, you can do it next year, or the year after. You certainly have a lot of leverage and time to decide. Now, the first document I would like to review, it's titled Plan Assessment for Plan Year 2026. And the second line says AGUA Special Utility District Plan 798 in our system. So it's called a plan assessment. And really, it's just the way we assess your plan. What happens is every December 31st, our actuaries take a snapshot of all 910 plans and study them individually. And what they're looking for is all of the demographic experience of that calendar year. For example, did you grow in population? How many did you hire? How many members are now eligible to retire? How many retired? Did your salaries grow? Did they stay the same, or did they decrease? Do you have more male to females, or vice versa? We study all of the demographics of your plan. And on December 31st, we also close the year with our investment returns. That's the day the bell rings on how we performed with our portfolio. Right now, TCDRS's portfolio stands at $51 billion with a B. So we are able to hire the best management worldwide to manage our plan. And what they do is they're responsible for reaching a long-term investment goal of 7.5%. Every time we do greater than 7.5, we pass off those gains to our employers, all 910 of you. We pass off those to your assets when we do greater than 7.5. And I'm very happy to report the last 2 years consecutively at 10.8 and 11.5, we've done greater than 7.5, so we've been able to pass off gains to our employers, which is a great thing. So on December 31st, our actuaries study how did we do with our portfolio and what are the demographics of your plan. And they take 3 months to study your plan. It isn't something they take lightly. They study it for 3 months. And when they determine all of your demographics and how we did with our portfolio, how many gains we can pass off, that is how they come up with the cost of your plan. They look at the benefits you're offering, and they get all this data, and they say, based on the AGUA SUD plan and what they're promising, what will it cost them each year? And what I've just described to you is called evaluation. I'm very proud to say that TCDRS values plans every year. Not every 4 years, not every 2 years, but every year. Because your demographics change every year, so we're very keen on understanding the exact costs so that you responsibly fund your plan every year. And I'm very happy to say that over the years, your costs continue to go down because you haven't made any plan changes. Last year was the very first time the board chose to go from a 4% employee deposit rate to 5%. That was the only change you have made since 2010. So effectively, what this board has been doing is just paying your liabilities very responsibly changes. Just last year was the first time you made a change, and you increased what the employees save for themselves from 4% to 5%. And why was that a great decision? Well, the more that the employees save for themselves, the larger of a balance they'll have at the end of their career. And the more that they have, the better that match that you're promising is going to work for them. So back to the plan assessment, I'd like to point out that employees save 5% of their own checks. Every time they get paid, 5% goes into their own TCDRS accounts. And when they become eligible, AGUA is going to match them 2 to 1. $2 for every one of their dollars. So the larger the balance they have, the better, because it's going to double. 2 to 1 is what they'll be matched at. However, they must reach one of the 3 eligibility rules that we offer. They don't have to hit all 3. They just need to hit 1. Your members have to be age 60 and vested. They have to have 5 years of service, which is their vesting period, and be age 60. If they are 60 and vested at 5 years, they can get their money matched and retire, and they will earn a lifetime check. The other rule is called the rule of 80. If we add their age plus their years of service and that equals 80, congratulations to your members, they can retire. And their money will be matched at 200%. They'll receive a check for life. The very last rule is 20 years of service. So if you hire an 18-year-old, at 38, they're eligible to retire because they put in their 20 years. So as long as they hit one of those 3, TCDRS will notify them that they are eligible to retire. It doesn't mean they have to. If you like them as an employee and you want to keep them employed and they still want to work for you, by all means, they can work as long as you'll allow them to. But they reach what we call eligibility, meaning they've earned the right to have their money matched at 2 to 1. Whatever balance they had in their account is matched at 2 to 1. And then they earn lifetime check. We determine a payout based on their age, their life expectancy, and then one of 7 options that they choose the day they retire. They can name a beneficiary or multiple beneficiaries. We counsel them through that so they know which best option to pick for themselves and who they'd like to name to receive it when they pass away. So all of that is as per the plan. The leverage that this board has, you are the decision makers of your plan. I'm very proud to say that all 900 plus plans have their own boards and their own commissioners board. You are not responsible for what Hidalgo County does or Cameron County or any other county. You're certainly not responsible for what any other utility district does. All of them have their own court and their own board who responsibly fund their own plan. There's no profit sharing. And the only reason money comes together is for our $51 billion portfolio for our investment managers to invest for us. Other than that, everything's separate. You are not responsible for anybody else's plan, etc. And they are not responsible for yours. So this board gets to decide whatever benefits you choose to offer. You also get to change those benefits if ever you wanted to. In our system, employees can save as much as 7% of their own money, and that's the highest. The opening opportunity is 4%. You can go to 5, 6, or 7. You cannot go higher than 7. You cannot go lower than 4. And last year, for this year, 2025, the board voted to go from a 4% to a 5%. And we don't have tiers, so we don't allow some employees to do it and some employees to opt out. It doesn't work that way. So all 68 of the AGUA employees, all of them deposit 5% into their own accounts because this board made that decision last year. If you would like to, you have the ability to go to 6% or 7%. And today I'd like to show you the cost for both and allow you to deliberate and discuss. Certainly you have plenty of time. The deadline is not until December the 15th that we would need to know about it. So you have 2 months to decide if this is right for you, or a month and a half to decide if this is right for you and if you'd like to make that change. The other decision that this board can make in any given year is your match. Right now it's 2 to 1. And when you joined us in 2010, you came in at a 2 to 1. That's where the board joined in May of 2010. That's what they decided. If ever you needed to lower that match because you needed to experience a cost savings, then you could go down to as low as 100. You can also go as high as 250. So if ever you want to look at those variances, this board has the opportunity to go up or down in any given year. And the same for the employee deposit rate. Let's say you go to 7%. and you stay there for 5 years, and all of a sudden you need to lower your cost. You can go from 7 immediately to 4. You can go from 7 to 6 or 5. That is the flexibility that this board has. You are not permanently required or obligated to stay at any particular rate for the employees to stay or your match. This board can change it at any given year. And it is my job and my responsibility to review those costs with you anytime I get a question or an inquiry. And the inquiry brought to my table today was, or not today, but earlier a few weeks ago, was the question of what would be the cost for our board if they chose to go up 1 more percent to 6%. So I ran the numbers for 6, and I also ran the numbers for 7. I thought that would be helpful for you all to see the difference and give you an opportunity to discuss different options. Now, the next document I'd like to show you the cost on is called Plan Customizer Summary for Plan Year 2026. It's got a blue band at the very top, and it's a customizer, which is a calculator that we use for you all, the board, to run costs. And I ran 2 options. You'll see the current plan, that's with no change, and in the middle you'll see 6%, and to the far right you'll see 7%. And the line that I'd like to point out to show you the cost is in the middle of the page, and it's called required rate, right in the very, very middle. You'll notice that your rate of pay for next year, if you don't make any changes, is 5.77. I mentioned that your cost went down from 5.97 to 5.77. That's with no change. If this board were to consider a 6% employee deposit change, your cost would go to 7.27% beginning January of next year. It would go up 2% basis points. And then if you chose the 7%, it would go to 8.77. This is just to give you perspective of options. I do want to reiterate that you have the ability to make this decision in any given year. If it's the right year, wonderful. If it's not, we can look at costs next year, no problem. The only thing that changes every year is that we value your plan, like I said, every calendar year. So based on our investment returns, based on your demographics, we determine your cost. Because your cost went down to 5.77, your 6% and 7% are fairly affordable. It's just 7.27 and 8.77. Let's imagine for a minute we have a really bad investment year and we don't have gains to pass off. Then if we were to look at these numbers next year, they could be a little higher, just because we didn't have any gains to pass off. But the beauty is, if you look at our history, TCDRS has hit our goal and exceeded it over the long run, over the long 40 years, 90% of the time. So we have a very diverse portfolio. When certain asset classes are not doing well, it's diverse enough that other asset classes are. And conversely, when those asset classes aren't doing well, then these are, because it's so diverse as a portfolio. That's what we're known for, and that's why we tend to do very well with our investments. Not to mention the size of our portfolio, 51 billion, allows us to invest in multiple markets and really aim for gains year to year. So I just want to say that the numbers change every year based on our performance, but for 2026, if this board likes the idea of going to a 6 or 7%, and that means the employee setting more money of their own into their own accounts, that's what the cost would be. It's 7.27% of payroll, or 8.77, and that doesn't begin until January's payroll is due. Currently, you're paying 5.97% for the rest of 2025's payroll reports. And to give you averages, I usually get asked by boards what other counties and districts are doing. Most plans in TCDRS are at a 7% deposit rate. They start at a 4 and they work their way up because they want their employees to be able to maximize their savings and save the most that they can. They cannot save more than 7. That's the highest allowed. But usually when a district joins, they join at 4 and they stay there a while. And then they go to 5 and 6 and 7. So this progression that I discussed with you today is extremely common. It's what other districts do over time. You all are 15 years with us. Next year is year 16. So it's very, very common that you're asking me about what would it look like if we increase that. So I've given a lot of information. I want to pause and open for
How much are we paying now?
Currently, your cost for this year is 5.97% of your monthly payroll. For the
But
actual dollar amount, I'd have to ask.
Dollar amount, yeah.
Mr. Payroll.
How much would it be? 24,000?
Right now?
Yes, how much we paying?
164,000.
Right now?
Right now, yes.
And it will go up to what?
It'll go up 42,000
So we're paying a
For the
hundred and what?
6%.
for the 6%.
Right now, we're paying 100 and what?
164,
164?
yes.
Over one full year.
Where's that way? Is it, you have, or that's yours?
I don't know, it's just,
Which is double, right? 200%, the employee only paying 5%, we paying like, it's 10%?
no,
No.
no.
If the employee is getting 5% deducted, and we paying 200% matching, that's 10%.
No, this is the amount. This is the amount that the district pays.
That's
Yeah,
Iowa's
but-
portion.
That's
The
our
district
portion.
pay- But including with the employee, so the 200%, where
No.
does it come from, the double?
This is the amount.
Yes.
I really like the way you asked that question, because people often say, if we're matching 2-to-1, and they're saving 5%, why aren't we paying 10%? Because 5 times 2 is 10. And we explain this a lot because it's such a great point that you make. Because we do well with our portfolio, and we pass off gains, the portfolio's performance is paying for some of this cost. So it's not 2-to-1, we don't do the math that way. We value your plan, and based on our portfolio's performance, the actuaries determine what percent of payroll will responsibly fund this plan, all of the benefits every year. So it's not easy math, it's not 5 times 2 is 10. As a matter of fact, we study you because it takes your demographics, and then it takes all of the investment performance. I also want to explain what else funds this plan. Right now, you're paying for all of your members to retire. And unfortunately, not all of them will. In fact, sometimes they leave employment. There are members who no longer want to work for AGUA Sud, so they quit and they leave, and they pull out their own money. When they pull out their own investment money, they forfeit the match that you had been saving,
It goes
and
to the
that
pool.
match stays with AGUA Sud. So it lowers your cost because they took out their money, but they don't get the match because the match is only paid in a retirement, so it stays with AGUA Sud. And so every time people quit and pull out their own money, that's called a gain for AGUA Sud. So there are factors that determine your cost, and it's not 2-to-1, it's what our actuaries determine, and they've determined these percentages.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking that. That's a very strong point of clarity that we get asked.
I was just trying to figure out the number at the bottom where it says 24,000, 106,000, and 180,000 under the unfunded and the actual liability. I was trying to figure out those numbers.
So thank you for pointing that very bottom of those columns. So your plan has its own assets, and it also has its own liabilities. Liabilities are benefits that are due one day. You're gonna pay these out to these members one day. And you have your assets, that's what you're funding every year. When we take the difference of your assets to your liabilities, it gives you the unfunded amount. Right now, the only part that's unfunded is 24,000. If you increase the benefit to 6%, your employees are saving more, that means you're gonna match more, because 2-to-1, you're matching a bigger bucket that they have, so your liabilities increase. And when your liabilities increase, even though your assets do too, the liabilities increase a little faster, that's where you get the unfunded amount of 106,000. If you go to 7%, that gives them a bigger bucket that you have to match at 2-to-1 in the future, so your liabilities increase. I will point out though that by paying your percent of payroll, by paying the 7.27, and by paying the 8.77 that we quoted you, you are responsibly funding these liabilities over time. And to be specific, you actually pay them off in 15 years. You pay it a 15th at a time every year. So in 15 years, you pay off the unfunded amount for those large chunks of money.
Yeah, but it was a big move we made last year, from 4 to a 5, and that thing we need funded, but it's not an action item, right?
No.
Okay.
It's a possible action. So as far as the retirement,
It is a possible
Yeah, but I
action.
think we,
Because of the budget that is coming up.
yeah, but we really need to think about it based on where we stand with all the liabilities coming on, and I think the company's getting, the employees are getting a heck of a deal, because it was almost, 12 years,
Yeah.
15 years, they didn't get anything. and it
Well,
cannot
it
be
was
every year.
it was a 4%, yes.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was 4% was very low,
And we're at
and we
19.
moved to a 5, and I think, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just a one vote here, and
So as far as for the retirement for the employees, I don't see the formula here, but what's an average of their salary for 5 years divided by 5, or how does that work in terms of the annual salary? Are their benefits throughout the year in terms, and that's what divided? Obviously, the more you earn salary wise, the more benefits, or how's that gonna work here, or how does that work?
So you're right, so 5% of their earnings each month goes into their own account. So whatever their check is, 5% is going into their account. So the more that they save, the larger they earn. And when it comes time to retire, TCDRS doesn't use multipliers like other pension systems, like ERS. We don't use highest paid salary like TRS. We're very different. We're a cash balance plan. So all we care about is what is the amount of money in a member's account when they are ready to retire. How much cash have they accumulated? We're cash balance. We don't look at multipliers. We don't use highest paid salary. It just matters. So the more they save, the more you're going to match 2 to 1 because their bucket is larger. So if they're saving 5% over their career, that's a great retirement. If they're saving 6% over their career, their bucket's a little larger. That's a little better. If they're saving 7%, that's a little better. And I'm not certain if this has come up, but oftentimes when I'm asked to speak, a question I get is, why would this matter? Why should we consider increasing this? If 5% is fantastic, why should we go higher? That's already great. But what I'm observing is TCDRS has become very popular in counties and districts. So when you're trying to recruit and retain employees, they're starting to ask, do you offer TCDRS? What is your match? And what is your employee deposit rate? Because they compare it against other districts and they want to make sure they're getting a similar retirement. That's something I've learned. That tends to be it's a competitive advantage, if you will, for recruitment and retention. I don't know if this is an issue for AGUA whatsoever, but it tends to be a conversation for my other districts. They want to compete with others, so they want to offer higher benefits. That tends to be something that I hear from some of my other chief employees.
5%.
But really, 5 is great. That's a great retirement. It just 6 just means they're saving more, and you're matching more when they retire.
Can they,
So-
for example, instead of 5%, they can give 7% themselves?
No, we gotta vote on it.
No.
It has to be,
It's all.
yeah.
It's
all
160,
It's all.
164,
164,000 a year
yes,
Right
at
now.
5%.
Right now,
Right now.
by 68 employees.
it'll go up 4.2.
More or less.
So everybody deposits about 2,400, that's what they average. Well, if you earn more, of course, you're gonna pay more. Right?
But I still don't, so how does that translate in terms of yearly or monthly payroll retirement? Say for the sake of number 50,000, how would that translate to the monthly payroll or monthly retirement plan? So
5%.
5% of that?
Of your income, of your growth.
Okay.
And then the company gives 5%. But I don't know, I mean, we can always bring it back before the end of the year, right? I don't know if
Until
they're.
December.
I
The
think
only
we
thing,
should think
well,
about it
we
based
have,
on our budget.
the deadline is December 15, so we wanted to make a decision before then, because the next board meeting, we're planning, we have an agenda,
Yeah.
Item to
But
have it on
this-
December
You
15.
should have brought this a month ago, not.
Well,
like
we
we
brought,
have to.
we brought it, the budget last year, we brought it, not a month ago, we brought it
Yeah,
a year ago.
But it was a good deal, from
Yes.
4 to a 5, it was easy.
Yeah,
Now
we brought it a
4
year
to
ago,
6.
and we discussed this, that we're gonna go from 4 to 6, and then we decided, okay, just
Yeah.
go to 5, and
Right.
next year we'll go to 6.
Well, we
So
think,
that's
we
why
thought
I'm
about it.
bringing it to
We
the
were
board.
saying, let's think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking numbers, and
Yes.
the numbers, how much do we have in reserve? We have 3 months in reserve, Heidi?
We're still
I mean,
working
we're
that out.
tight.
We are working towards it right now.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't wanna, can we take this into executive? If we can,
I don't think
wanna
there's,
discuss your numbers
yeah,
of the district.
yeah, no, we can discuss the numbers of the district,
Yeah, but we don't have, I don't know,
yeah.
I don't wanna,
I don't know, for executive, we
I
have an
think
attorney.
it's not time for us. Next year, we'll know.
So you wanna stay at 4% or what? We'll stay at 5?
We're at 5.
We're at 5.
We had fun.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, yeah, I don't, we would want to go into executives if we're seeking consultation with an attorney on this. As far as just the numbers go, if the board
So what was the recommendation?
And I mean, I'm for the 6%.
All right.
I mean, you really understand the budget. I mean, I know I don't think that taxpayers, I mean, you guys complain always that rates are going up and so, I mean, I don't know.
But the cost of living is going up too.
Yeah,
And
but-
we gotta take care of our employees.
Yeah,
that
for
is-
next
that-
year, let's move it to 7 now.
But
Next
we
year,
can.
¿me entiendes?
We can,
You
7
wanna
is a
move-
max,
You wanna be-
so, but, you know, I think
I don't wanna
last year we had
sound-
discussed that, you
I don't
know,
wanna sound like I'm against, the only thing is that guys, you need to see the numbers, our budget, I mean, we don't have.
but
3
we are
months
doing,
of-
we are doing fine right now
We don't have
financially.
three
So
months
I
of-
think
to
it
pay
is a good
payroll.
move.
Really, we don't have 3 months at the bank to pay payroll. If somebody would stop paying the.
Well, who could
the
give us
water
some
right now,
recommendations?
Disaster,
Can you
like hurricane,
speak to
we
it?
wouldn't have money.
We do have reserve built up.
I feel the employees, they're very optimistic, they're very thinking like positive, thinking long-term, wanting to stay with the company, growing with the company. We have a lot of
It's a way to
employees that
retain them.
have, been with the company for a lot of years, and that's something that's gonna help them.
I know that last year they surveyed, didn't they survey what was the response
We did survey, there were more on the.
on the wanting to save more?
Save more, yes.
Like I said, it was 2012 was at 4, we went up to 5. I think we need to realize that, but that's my
I mean,
thinking.
that's up to
Because,
the
I
board.
mean, you as a
As far-
director, finance director, you should know the numbers. Because I know there's gonna be another item coming, it's gonna be $106,000, which is gonna be another budget for the insurance. I mean, so now we're gonna be on the whole, another 200,000 that we were not last year.
Yeah, I mean, I would say as far as the budget board is about to have its budget meeting to set the budget for the upcoming year. I mean, if it's a concern about that, you know,
Can, table
Yeah,
it
we-
to that time and talk about it
There
in the
No,
budget?
No action.
I wonder need the.
December 15th.
December 15th.
December
We still have
a special meeting.
a special
We'll
meeting.
go through the
As
budget.
far as
That way you can kind of talk to us too and
Jaime
see
and
more if we need to
Yes.
revisit
So,
it.
if we do take on these expenses,
Right.
how is like our projected growth for like next year? Do you think we'll be able to sustain it? You know, at say, like,
I think we will, if the rate goes up, and
But we need to up the rate, the rate.
About 5 items on our profit and loss that we just reviewed a little while ago, we're over 100%. And there's about 3 more items that are gonna be going 100%, and we're only in September numbers.
Oh,
We still need
some
to-
items in those expenses were prepaid, like an audit, like an insurance.
Let's go through the budget workshop,
Yeah.
and then from there we can decide.
I mean,
Well, we can get more input from,
yeah, because there's no sense if we can.
We have it-
Yeah, no, and there's other items that we need to discuss that are not necessary, right? That you know, that we need to discuss those too,
We gotta oversee the whole
Yeah,
district.
because it's very important.
Because, Mr. Snowden is gonna come back with us, okay, you need to go up to $5 per thousand. What are you guys gonna say? Okay, because we getting all of this and
Yeah.
this. But the employees, again, last year they got a heck of a deal with 5% because I think they were real low, 4%.
Yes.
But this year, then tomorrow, next year is gonna be, so if our things are going to 5%, 7%, well, let's go to 7. If everybody here's gonna think, okay, that's what we need to do, because to keep our
No,
employees.
but we didn't, with the way that, the board gave me direction at the last budget workshop, that's why I'm bringing it
Yeah,
back.
but I think
because
this
it
would have
was-
been done in a workshop as a whole bank or an
We
executive
did it
before.
as a workshop, Mr. Perez?
Yeah, but not, it was happened a year ago.
It happened a year ago,
Yeah,
you
but-
were at the board,
Yeah.
also.
But a year ago, so it's changed. Last year, remember, we were too
But
tight.
the amounts are about the same
Okay.
that we mentioned,
Do you think the
40,000.
insurance is not gonna go up?
The
Then I approve this.
insurance is gonna go up.
How much?
And there's some other
100%?
things that we need to look into that are expenses that the district doesn't need, and you know that. So we'll talk about it at the workshop, if you like, so we can bring those items.
Let's put it for a vote. I mean,
The workshop.
I don't want the employees thinking that I'm bad. The only thing is that I
No,
want them
no,
to
I
have a paycheck
understand,
every time
I
they get
understand.
paid.
We can go through the workshop and then we can go,
When-
through a
yeah,
vote.
When I was here 15 years ago, we were just waiting for people to pay the water so we can pay the payroll. I think you were not here. But it was tough, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
if we have 3 months of just sustained payroll on our bank account, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we cannot, I mean,
Yeah, we can,
it's tough.
and that's fine, Well, I mean,
But
that's
I don't know what, I mean.
But I have to bring it up because that was an item
Yeah,
that
and
was discussed,
if I
not
remember
because
correctly, it was,
Yeah,
we
but
were gonna
you
go
said
up
about
one
it at least a month ago, so we can, you know,
we brought it a year ago,
I
and
mean,
you remember that.
2 months ago, not at the last minute, you know.
Because it was gonna change from 4 to 6 at the last budget workshop.
Yeah, but we were looking at the budget last time, that's why we decided to
Okay,
buy it.
I guess the action of the board is to look into the
Well,
budget
it's
workshop
only
and then
me.
from there.
I think there's a.
I think last year we said that we were gonna revisit it, it was gonna go up another percent.
To go from 5 to 6.
We were gonna go to 5 to 6, but we have another, probably at the beginning of December, another meeting before that deadline for December 15th, to where we can
But
The
we,
talk
meeting,
about this.
the workshop's gonna be before the meeting.
Yes,
that
we
It
can
is?
have
Gonna be
the
moved
workshop
to
and
the
we can look
15th.
into that,
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
right?
So we can have the
So
workshop
maybe,
before.
yeah,
say-
before,
We need to save on the law.
Yeah.
Vamos a darle 10 entonces si quieren.
No se
no, we
sabe.
can't.
no, puede 10, 7 lo más. 7
Okay.
is
Yeah,
to 7.
but what you're bringing is not, I mean.
It's not new,
I would-
that's what I'm saying.
You guys, we need to look at the numbers as a budget, as our financial advisor, that's Jaime. I mean, he needs to tell us not at the moment that we're doing here, we got all I mean, the employees are
We can-
seeing this like we're against it.
Make it a
I'm not
budget
against it.
workshop
The only
item.
thing is, do we have enough money? And we have the insurance coming up with 100-some thousand, we have, I mean, maintenance went up, electricity went up, I mean,
Chemical.
30%, and all that, chemical went up. So but 5% is good, but, I don't know, maybe next year could be good, I mean,
Okay,
I don't know.
we can definitely bring it up at the budget workshop, and if
Okay.
it's something that the board would like to see next year, we'll bring it back next
As
year.
a whole board,
As a whole, yes, no, and again, we already talked about it as a whole board,
yeah, but it was a year ago, things change.
yeah.
I mean,
But-
last
but
year
the
we
amount
were in
is the same.
budget, this year, everything, all the numbers are from us.
So I didn't get the number from 4% to 5%. How much of a difference is that? How much money is it that we're looking at?
Right now, we're at
Commissioner
5%.
We're going to
How
5 to
much?
6. That's about 42,000?
40,000.
And 6% will be what?
Again, around 42,000.
42,000. So it's going to 5 to 6. We're already at 5.
But again, we need to look at those things that we don't need
That's So
and
what's the difference?
eliminate those things,
Only
so
the
that we
5%,
make,
but
so
how
when
much
we
money
make
we're looking
some,
at?
make
42,000.
some adjustments here.
No, no, ya estamos en 5. Yeah, but
We're
it'll be
at 5 right
6.
now.
Because
To
I
go to
know
6 will be
there's probably some
42,000 more.
stuff, some fees.
Oh, 42,000 more.
$42,583.
There's probably some fees that we can cut on other things
Like 71 cents.
and put it here.
We can have no action and then bring it back.
Yeah, because to me, this is a surprise, I'm just seeing this right now, I'm sorry I didn't review the,
Yes, not a problem. We can bring it back to
But-
the workshop and we can discuss it at the.
I mean, don't hold this, the action item just for me. I mean,
Perfect. Oh, that's why there's a vote.
No,
We're good.
We can discuss it at the budget workshop, now that when we have all the numbers, you're right, we're trying to expedite because the next board meeting will be on the 15th, and we're not gonna have enough time to make a decision. But if the board is inclined to have a special meeting after the budget workshop, if the item goes through, we can have that meeting, right? I mean, that's fair.
It's
But we
fair.
wanted to bring it, Mr. Perez, because we only have another board meeting, in December, and it's on the 15th, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was all.
good.
Okay,
Well, we have a
so,
special meeting anyway.
Yes, that's right. And then we have to, we have another item that we really need to look into as well.
Yeah,
That's a
well,
very
actually,
important item.
when we have that
The health.
meeting, we need to
You
go
know what?
through all that.
ese chico juego los Cowboys.
The next-
And we Thanksgiving,
The
okay,
next
we'll
item.
celebrate.
Huh?
The next item is very important, so, yes.
So we
How
move
much
to
is
no
the next
action?
item? So we can-
We'll talk about
A
it.
motion
Let's
to
finish
move-
this item and let's move to the next one.
All right, so, take no action on this?
A motion?
Yes.
So we need, yeah.
I motion for no action.
We need to be, okay, there.
Okay, I have a motion by, Ana Maria Perez for, no action. I need a second. I'll second. Second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Motion passes. No action, right? Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Ms. Aguirre.
Got a little derailed there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am, thank
so
you.
much. I appreciate you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Whew. All right, moving on to item number 6. Discussion of possible action selecting employee health insurance plan and all voluntary ancillary products as presented by Newkirk and Newkirk.
Okay,
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board.
so good thing we're still high.
On this item, we did hold a committee meeting, and of course, we have a recommendation attached, but I would like for Mr. Pierre Newkirk to go over those items.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
President, board members, my name is Pierre Newkirk, I'm your agent.
I know.
And tonight, I've got some wonderful news for you all.
Great news.
It's gonna be cut in half.
Absolutely. So there's a couple of handouts, a couple of pages that we gave you all. And what I want to do first is just kind of go over what you all currently have now with your Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Obviously, you're looking at the current plan design of $2,500 deductible, $5,500 out of pocket for the employee. The co-pays, the non-specialists are $35 to $70. Then the urgent care is $75. The ER visit, emergency room copay is $500. Their drugs are anywhere from $0 to $250, depending on that specialty drug. And your current rate right now is $648.41. One thing to point out, if you look at the right side of the sheet, the same deductible, the coinsurance for the new plan design, if you were to renew with Blue Cross, would go from $5,500 max out of pocket to $7,500. Those copays also went up from $35 to $40 and from $70 to $80. The drugs did stay the same, but the cost increased to $855.55. That's if you all decided to stay with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. If you would kindly turn to page 2. We did go out to the market for you all, being your agent of record. We did alternative plans with Blue Cross. We also got a bid and a quote from Aetna Healthcare United, which just came in this morning. We put it on your spreadsheet. And kind of give you something similar, there's a company called Curative. Curative is an insurance company that is about 3 years old. They started out in Austin, Texas. The actual owner was the person that actually developed the spray for the nose for the government, for all of the COVID shots. That's who actually invented it. And he's the one that got the contract with the government. In a short nutshell, this guy stopped doing the COVID and decided to get into the health insurance business after his own employees of over 25,000 employees. He was self-funded. Long story short, the guy is big time into medical
He made a lot of
benefits.
money, I'm sure.
Yep.
But is it good? I mean, what did staff recommend? What did Nancy, did you review all this plan?
The committee, Mr. Perez, the committee reviewed
The
it.
committee, what's the best one? What's the best plan for our
The best
company?
plan is that one.
The best plan is the last one that I'm going over with you. And let me
But
explain.
it's not, it's just a company that was 3 years ago.
That's correct, sir. It's 3 years old.
Yeah, so,
They're A minus as far as AM Best. They have the reserves, just like every other insurance carrier.
yeah, what you don't want when you go to a doctor and they're not taking the insurance, that's a headache.
Absolutely correct.
So when
So let me go over a couple of things. I think I'll change your mind about not
And the
going.
new company is, you don't get me there. I think I'm a little bit, especially 3 years.
Okay. Curative, okay, the insurance company has a zero deductible. It has zero copays.
That's good if they don't pay.
No, they'll pay, and I'm gonna go above and beyond to explain that. So the city of FAR, DHR, Lone Star National Bank,
Who has that? Who's pushing that? From
Curative,
from the
the
back?
insurance company.
Who's involved?
Who are their agents, or any insurance agent can handle them?
Any insurance agent can access Curative,
Okay.
correct? And their sales.
Can sell it. They can sell it.
They can sell Curative, correct, nationwide.
So
That is correct.
independent agents anywhere here.
That is correct.
It's the best plan.
It
Like it.
truly, and let me keep going on this. So your employee right now has a $2,500 deductible. With the Curative plan, they'd have a zero deductible. If I go see a physician in the Curative network, or the largest network is First Health. That's bigger than Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They're the oldest network in the nation. It's not just valley-wide. Every hospital in the valley is included on the Curative plan. The RXs, so I want to go get a MRI, it's got a zero copay. If I want to go get an X-ray, it's a zero copay. If I want to go see a specialist, it's a zero copay. If I go get 95% of the prescriptions through Curative are covered at 100%. There is no copay. There are 2 copays for the prescriptions, okay? Your non-formulary and basically your cancer drugs. It's a $50 copay if it's not on the preferred generic listing, and $250 on the name brand for the formulary. Typically, it's cancer drugs. So those are the only 2 copays that the employees would have for the prescriptions. That's it. Everything else, there are no copays. If my doctor, as an example, Mr. Pettis, says, I don't know Curative and I don't know First Health, Curative will give each and every single employee a credit card. It's a cash card. There's no questions. You don't want to run through my explanation of benefits with Curative? Here's my credit card. Curative will pay that bill. No questions asked. Because they in turn will go ahead and get that physician, if he's not already in the network, which will surprise me. I've been doing, John Bach was the old sales rep for Humana. He's now the sales rep for Curative. I've known John for 15 years. He wouldn't have gone from a Humana to a Curative if he didn't do his homework and his research. And it's a very strong company. Yes, it's only 3 years old. I grant you that. But they have the financials just like everybody else has to do.
You made money on this COVID.
Yeah, the only thing is, we don't wanna change, if something is good, that's why Nancy, you need to tell us, if it's good what we have, sell it a bit more, because I don't want them saying a year from now, we're gonna go up, because unfortunately we had some issues on the district. That's what caused the insurance to go up. Are they gonna do the same thing, or what is, because they gotta make money, they're in the money business.
Absolutely, Mr. Bettis. And here's one of the prerequisites. It's too good to be true, Pierre. Well, it is if you don't do one simple thing. Each and every single employee must attend a 15 to 25-minute conversation with a physician or an RN over the phone to do a full-blown question and answer about every single part of your health.
Like a physical.
Like a physical, but it's over the phone. It's either English, Spanish, Dutch, French, whatever language you want to speak, we've got it. And it's 24 hours a day. You must complete that within 120 days from when we first sign each and every single individual.
So that's obviously a requirement, right off the bat.
That is a requirement.
And what's the outcome of that?
If you don't, hey, Pierre does not want to complete the bioscan over the phone. No problem. Pierre, only Pierre, just got a $5,000 deductible added to his plan, and I've got co-pays. So anytime I want to go see a doctor, I'm going to pay. Anytime I go get an X-ray, I'm going to pay. Anytime I go get a prescription, I'm going to pay.
That's if he doesn't do
the biometric screening within 120 days.
What happens if he finds he's sick and he has...
No problem. We're going to help you take care of that illness. That's why Curative is so involved in your welfare, to make sure that, and let me give you a prime example. So let's just say that I have gallstones as an example, or I have a problem with my stomach, and I don't have the $2,500 to go to the physician. So I just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Now all of a sudden, I'm toxic because I didn't have the $2,500. With the Curative plan, guess what? There is no copay. There is no deductible. You got to go to the ER. You go to the ER. You want to go to the urgent care, go to the urgent care. Go see the doctor so we can take care of your problem before it becomes an explosion of problems. Because that's where, in reality, where the real true costs are the people that don't take care of that medical issue up front. Because if it's not costing you anything and if something hurts, go get it done. But right now, I do have a $2,500 obligation that I must meet with my current plan design. And the Curative plan, that's the whole idea behind their concept is, let me make it so affordable so that employee no longer has to say,
I
I
don't wanna
can't
go.
go
Yeah,
because
I don't
I
wanna
can't
go."
afford to do it. That's where the curative differences are.
So how much money is gonna be this plan compared to the one we have?
If you look all the way on the right-hand side, that's on page 2. The rate would be $771.46 per employee per month. Your renewal went to $855. The next one is Aetna Healthcare at $785, and today's rate with United Healthcare was $779.88. So by all means, across the board, the curative plan, this is an EPO. So basically, anywhere in the United States within the curative and First Health network, any and every employee can go to. It includes MD Anderson, it includes Methodist, it includes every single hospital that is through the nationwide network First Health.
What is the review? Did we go through the review
We did.
on the company?
A lot of, people said that they were kind of, skeptical, but it ended up being a very good insurance. I called my personal doctor and they do take it.
I
And
remember,
another thing with the curative plan is there's no need for a gap anymore for those
Right.
employees that are paying for a gap in order to meet their deductible.
I mean, I used to, when I worked in the Senate, we had, if we went to the doctors, it was $5. It was prescriptions, $5. You got here to the valley and and not being a state employee over there, it was very expensive. So this is unheard of, like, that was almost, I always said, I'm gonna go back to that rate.
Yep.
Cause like you said, if something hurt, I didn't hesitate to go to the doctor because it was only be $5 only, not 45.
That is my recommendation for you all to do, is go with the curative plan.
It's
In and
still gonna
out,
go
what is that?
up, it's still gonna go up, but
In and out?
There's only in network only.
That's all.
That's
Out,
it.
The employee needs to pay out of their pocket.
There is no out of network.
No?
Nope. You can't go to Mexico City and have an operation done over there. Not gonna be covered. Anywhere in the United States under the First Health, network or Curatives network, we cover 100%. But you cannot take an elective surgery, say, I wanna go have heart surgery in Germany. Not gonna cover you.
I believe, just for the, when we're here in the committee, you said First Health is bigger than Blue Cross.
It is.
Yeah.
It's older too.
Yeah.
It's all the old, when insurance used to be all the networks, that's what First Health is. It grabbed every single network and has included it.
So it covers,
curative is
Curative is,
part of,
no, Curative is the insurance carrier. They have their own network,
okay,
but as the wrap network, so if Curative doesn't have it negotiated, we're using First Health
okay.
to get an access of all the other physicians.
And if you can't find a doctor, they're gonna give you a credit card.
So
Sorry.
we have no deductible then?
No deductible, sir.
Nothing.
No 5,000 or nothing?
No,
You
nothing.
to me, no deductible.
co-pays, no
Nothing.
co-specialist.
No co-insurance.
And for the, prescription,
Prescription, 95% of your prescriptions are gonna be free through HEB. Unless you go with a non-formulary or a specialty drug. It's either
Which is the
$50 or
cancer
$250.
See how long they last because it's good, right?
and it covers every hospital in the valley, every doctor, basically, everybody here?
And if
Yes,
they don't
sir.
cover it, they're gonna give you a credit card that you charge it.
Okay.
That's correct.
We're signing for a year, so.
Yeah, it's a year.
Well, thank you. It's an easy one. How much is gonna be up more than,
It's 100 and something, not gonna pay more.
91,000
From
roughly.
60.
91,000?
91,000.
What if we stayed with our former, what was,
It-
Oh, if you stay with what you currently have now, you'd be looking at an increase
Crazy, yeah.
monthly from 40 to 53,000. It's a $13,000 increase
No, a year?
Wonder for the
a
record.
month.
Yeah, but a year would be?
So
A
13
year
month.
would have gone from 482,000 to 636,000.
How much?
156.
156. So how much we pay, with this, hopefully we pay, we're gonna pay half a million dollars?
573,966.
So,
But keep in mind, none of your employees have an obligation.
But just in saving in the gap insurance, like you said,
Correct.
you know? Cause they were paying that additional.
Correct, $40.
Yeah.
So, so you ended up in the hospital for bee stings, you don't pay anything,
Nope.
close zero.
Where are we gonna be hired?
Just keep in mind, every employee, and we will target every single employee, whether it's English or Spanish, Curative will have somebody calling them, emailing them, hey, you're running out of time, you really need to
That's
do
gonna be,
your visit.
It's on there.
That's gonna be on them.
And that's one of the things we were talking about, bringing in different groups.
Right.
To get them into a call center
Yeah.
forum, because that's gonna be private, it's all HIPAA related, because they're gonna be dealing with,
Personal health.
that's right, personal health information, so it's not like, we're gonna put them in a room all together, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna have to talk to the physicians or the RNs to discuss their prenatal, or not the prenatal, their care, their service care of what's gonna happen with, what they're gonna have to start doing and so on and so forth.
But if they have any pre-existing, it's not
There
gonna
is no
affect it.
pre-existing.
Isn't it? Okay.
We have one that's like existing and he's gonna get covered too.
Other agencies, other municipalities, anybody else has been contacted with Curative to where y'all
He
been
said the City of
proposing?
FAR,
Yeah, so the City of FAR signed up with Curative.
Lone Star.
Lone Star National Bank, DHR has signed up. Rio
Grande
Grande
City.
City ISD just signed up with them.
Wow. That is deep.
Over in San Benito, ISD also signed up with Curative.
Wow.
Curative actually has the largest school district in the state of Texas. Already
Jefa
insured.
Familia is a lot of money, pero
No, digo que Rio Bank hasn't signed up.
No,
So
you're
yeah,
done.
we just
so,
got covered.
so you end up at the ER, you don't have to pay, no copay.
That's right, sir.
We changed.
Wow.
I don't know.
So the good thing is that we're gonna give them Pierre's business card, so if we're having issues, we're gonna be calling him with that.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have him on
Won't be
speed
using
dial.
my credit card, I promise. Using somebody else's.
We're gonna have Pierre on speed dial.
Okay.
Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
You.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Dental and.
Okay, so let's move down to page 4, if you kindly do that. And those are your current dental plans. We have 2, and they're with Mutual of Omaha. So you had your current, the buy-up, and then the renewal, and then the buy-up. If you would go to the next page, page 5, this is the current renewal numbers in comparison to Sun Life Insurance Company, which is also the same dental plan, same maximum amount of pocket, same conditions as far as 180/50, 2 cleanings a year, 1,000 on the ortho, and that's less expensive. My recommendation is for you all to move to Sun Life for the base plan as well as the buy-up plan. It's the same thing, just less money. That's my recommendation to you all. Move to Sun Life on your dental. The next page is your life insurance. Stay where you're at with your current Mutual of Omaha. So the things that I've asked you all to do to give me recommendations are to move to Curative for your medical and move your dental to Sun Life. Questions?
Which is that number 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it'll be 593,000 for the year, right?
593.
593.
With
It's going up
everything.
that much from what we
Just for
currently
the-
have.
Wait, no, it's with health,
93,000.
dental,
That's
and
everything.
life.
Oh, yeah.
It's everything that I
But
want.
Regardless, it was
that's
gonna
gonna
go up.
happen, it was going to
Yeah,
go
it was
up,
gonna
yeah.
go up.
That's,
So we are actually saving like
Yes.
$70 per employee.
yeah.
Keep us updated with Nancy with the coverage, because I know many employees are just day to day and they work hard, so.
Yes.
So I think it's a great opportunity for our employees.
That's why you want
Yeah, they're gonna save a lot of money and
Yeah.
hopefully go get.
And go get those checkups, you know?
Yes.
That's what's important.
Pre-care, I mean, like a wellness, you can go.
It's included, free,
Once a year or once?
once a year.
Do
For
they
the
give you
preventative.
an incentive, like money back in case you do take them? No.
No.
There's several catches there. So that's good.
All right. Is that good?
So move.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
by, Ana Maria Perez, a second by Mr. Leonis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ken.
Have a good night. Yes, sir. Thank you.
That wasn't that bad.
No, I know.
All right, item number 7. Discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Mr. Erlin Madrigal for the cost related to water services for Silverwood subdivision.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we have our district engineer, here, Christopher, that will summarize the subdivision. The NSSA as well.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board. For the Silverwood subdivision, we're looking at approximately 1.4 acre tract of land located at the northeast corner of the intersection of Griffin Parkway and Moorfield Road within City Mission city limits. It is a 3-lot commercial development. They are asking for a water service from Agua Sud and are receiving sanitary sewer service from the City of Mission. We have calculated a projected water demand of 4.5 LUVs. Water model has been ran and has passed with no need for outside improvements.
We had already approved this subdivision, right?
Correct.
This oil back? Yeah. Right there on 495 and, no?
I remember
I
this
don't
one.
believe so.
No, this subdivision, Mr. Pettis, if I'm not mistaken, this is across the church,
Yes.
the church.
Across the church.
Across the church on the, I guess the sanitary sewer, it's
Oh,
under
yes.
Mission
Yeah, we had.
CCN.
Yes.
We had.
And the water,
Where everybody
CCN
puts the
belongs
political
to us.
signs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's it at again?
This is
Right there
across
on
the, across the-
495.
What is it called, the church, it's Life's Church, yes, Moorfield.
It's Moorfield Road, yeah.
Moorfield and FM 490.
Yeah, you said, you
Freedom
said,
Life Church.
Freedom Life, yes, across Freedom Life Church, that's correct, on Moorfield.
Yeah, I thought we had
Yeah, we had.
a while back, yeah, about 6 months ago or something like that.
No, we had one on the north side as well.
Maybe it's a different, further down
There was
or?
another one that we approved nearby, the La
Yes.
Mansión.
On the north.
La Mansión,
Yes.
that was a
North of
little
that.
bit north of.
Okay, so yeah,
Second.
so this,
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Hoyle, a second by Mr. Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 8, discussion of possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to AM and G Enterprises LLC for the cost related to water services for Ray Press subdivision.
Yes, so for the Raycrest subdivision, we're looking at approximately 17.2 acre tract of land located along the west right-of-way of Docking Road, approximately 500 feet north of 6 Mile Road within City of Mission's ETJ. This is a 2-lot development consisting of 1 multifamily lot and 1 commercial and residential use lot. They are requesting water service from Agua Sud and will be using septic for sewer service. We calculated a projected water demand of 14 LUEs. Water model has been ran and passed with no need for outside improvements.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Hoyle, a second by Ms. Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 9, discussing possible action.
Excuse me, may I be excused now?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm living in the Silverwood subdivision.
Oh.
Thank you all.
Muchas gracias.
yes.
Every 10 days. Item number 9, discussion of possible action on an amended non-service standard agreement for water to be submitted to Mr. Juan Jose Garcia for the cost related for water services for Volcano subdivision.
Yes, for the Volcano subdivision, this one is being presented again to the board, is being amended for the addition of 5 additional lots to the subdivision. This is now an approximately 22.5 acre tract of land located at the southwest intersection of Volcano Road and 3 Mile Road within the City of Peñitas city limits. It is a 34 lot development with 32 residential lots and 2 commercial lots. The water service is provided by Agua Sud and they will be having septic service for sewer. We calculated a projected water demand of 34 LUEs. Water model has been ran and has passed with no need for outside improvements.
They're ready to be sold.
Yes,
Second.
they need to build first.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez, a second by Mr. Ricardo Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 11, discussion of possible action on approval of one-time supplemental pay for AGUA Special Utility District employees.
Mr. President,
Oh, number 10, number 10.
Number 10, yes, sir.
All right. I wanted that one, that one seemed more exciting.
Yes, that would be-
I'm not sure if I should
Yeah.
send it at this time.
All of us are ready to motion. All of us are ready to motion.
Item 10, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Gulf AMR LLC for the cost related to water services for BT Dolphin subdivision.
Yes, so for the BT Dolphin subdivision,
Gee,
How many lots is it?
It's
five,
6.8
six,
acre
six,
tract.
and
I'll second.
This is where?
It's a border town.
then border towns, you know, Dublin and Palm Island.
Yeah, over there.
Ya
Five
que
miles
ya
off.
ahí para el-
Yeah, all right. I have a motion by Mr. De Oyos, a second by Mr. Jerry Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mr.
Motion
Are
passes.
they putting
Thank you.
some water line in?
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, sir.
You
They're
can
gonna
go watch
give us
this.
easement.
Made it easier on you.
This is the border town.
Yeah, because they're gonna expand 5 Mile Line soon.
Sí, yes.
So we're gonna
Pues ya
get
está hasta la Pam,
We
casi
need,
la
we
Pam.
need the easements, yes, we do require the easements, 50-foot easements on both sides.
Are they gonna using, there's water line there or not? They're gonna be putting a water line.
On this one, there's an existing water line.
Corre por el south of 5 Mile Line.
So, the developers, of course, proposes, to install, for one lot, I'm sorry, we're already out of the agenda, can I talk about the agenda, Darren, that we just approved? Real quick, just a summary as far as the water.
I think you're muted, Jared.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Let's go on.
I had myself muted. We haven't moved on, as long as we haven't moved on to the other item, you can add a caveat of clarification.
Okay, so
The action's already occurred.
the service connections of there's an existing 8-inch water line located along the west right-of-way of Dolphin Road, and lots 2 through 5 will be serviced by 2 4-inch dual service connections with 4 3-inch quarter connections, which will be connected to the existing 8-inch water line located along the north right-of-way of 5 Mile Line. Of course, all service connections will be in case. So, to answer the question, Mr. Pettis, based on the
So
report,
they're gonna be
there
crossing
is an existing 8-inch water.
On the north side of 5 Mile Line?
Yes, that's part of the project.
So they're gonna be crossing over?
We're gonna be crossing over, Chris, on that, the service.
Right.
So, is this on 5 Mile Line or 7 Mile Line?
5 Mile Line. 5 Mile Line and Dublin.
Llega to 7 Mile Line, ¿no?
Sí, en la.
We getting a 20-foot easement?
15.
No, what, no?
15.
15.
Ah, sí, pero there's
AGUA
so
Special
5 Mile, no,
Utility
este-
5 Mile Line and Dublin es este. Y el otro está en la 7 Mile
Alright.
Line.
Sí, oh, great.
Atrás.
Moving on to item 10.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
See who's the quickest to. Item number 11, approval of discussion and possible action on approval of a one-time supplemental pay for AGUA Special Utility District employees.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, if I may.
Go ahead.
Es como está en la tormenta.
Okay, so this item, and yes, if we go back to the budget, it was budgeted through our budget workshop, Mr. Pettis, so this was a $500 bonus per se for the employees. It was budgeted during this year's budget. For pre-tax, we're looking at 62 full-time employees. That's $572 per employee, and 1 part-time at $286.25. The total amount will be $40,655, not including the general manager. They usually ask me that question, so it doesn't include the general manager.
So move.
Second.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Rick Pettis, a second by Mr. Oyos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 12, on this one, we're gonna,
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we did not receive matrices, so, what I would like to do, for this item is
Table
to
it.
take no action and have a committee, review the grant, writing services and bring it up for the next, regular board meeting.
okay.
How many applied?
5.
Okay, I have a motion for no action from Mr. Oyos,
Second.
a second by, Ms. Ana Maria Perez. All those in favor? Any opposed? So, no action on item number 12. Item number 13, discussion and possible action on a change date for the December board meeting and selection of a day and time for the budget workshop.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we would like to, recommend, one is to change the board meeting, the regular board meeting to December 15th. We have a calendar attached. We're also seeking, to have the budget workshop, and the dates that we feel comfortable that we can have the budget ready is between, or the earliest, November 20th through December 6th. So that's the gap that we have in order to follow the process. So between those days, if we can have the budget workshop, and then of course have the regular board meeting December 15th. So we had recommended, and I know that I spoke with the president and vice president, December 6th, which is on a Saturday. It doesn't have to be on a Saturday. We can do it during the week, in the evening also, but it's just a date that I would like for the board to choose whenever the most board members have the availability.
How many hours?
To attend.
3 hours?
2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, Mr. Perez, not more than 3 hours. We can do it on a morning, on a Saturday morning, as we have done it in the past, or we can do it during the week, any day between the November 20th and December 6th, if possible.
Are y'all thinking
I
so?
hope every board member can be there.
That'd be best if we, yes.
Everybody's selected.
Well, because in the evenings, it's like you've been at work and then
Yeah.
coming, it's like hard.
Okay. I'm good with Saturday.
Saturday.
6th. You good with
Saturday, December 6th, and.
Saturday, December 6th sounds like a great idea.
And move the December
To the
14th
15th.
To the 15th.
Okay.
Okay, need a motion?
December the 6th.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rhodes, second by Mr. Carlos
Adjourn?
Perez.
Adjourn?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The date has been set for the budget workshop and the regular call meeting. Okay, item number 14, executive session. As provided by the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code Sections 551.071-551.091, the Board of Directors may convene in a closed executive session to deliberate, discuss, or consult regarding the matters listed below on proper motion and approval of any items set forth above. Under the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551.071, consultation with attorney. A, cause number CL-23-511, Rogelio F. Lopez versus AGUA Special Utility District in the County Court of Law number 10 in Hidalgo County, Texas. B, Performance Service Incorporated litigation. C, system capacity.
So move.
I have a motion by Mr. Doyles, second by Mr. Jerry Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We are now going into executive session at 7:46.